deaths of dozens of children while in Alberta's foster care system dominated discussion at the Alberta Legislature today. The opposition parties are still pushing for a public inquiry into the deaths and why many were never made public. The Redford government maintains there is no need for an inquiry, but as Gareth Hampshire tells us, today there was a move to acknowledge they could be doing better.
Sharon Gladue's disturbed to read the deaths of so many children in Alberta's care were never made public. She works with Aboriginal families whose children have been taken away to get them back. The trees here at Central McDougall Park are dedicated to those who never made it home.
It does make me more determined to work even harder with these families.
Nearly 80% of those children who died in care over the past 14 years were Aboriginal. The issue dominated question period once again today. Minister Dave Hancock's acknowledging the government does need to take a good look at the child welfare system. And while he's not supporting a public inquiry yet, he is inviting members of the opposition to a roundtable discussion. Opposition members say they're happy to take part, but still believe a public inquiry is the only way forward.
When an airplane crashes and burns, they call a public inquiry. To find out why things happen, they don't call a roundtable.
I think that there's only one way to be able to get to the bottom of this cover-up, and that's to have a full public inquiry.
NDP critic Rachel Notley says an inquiry is needed because 30 years of reports and reviews into the system haven't had the kind of impact her late father was hoping for when he was in the opposition.
One of the last things my dad did in the legislature was ask questions about Mr. Cardinal that was referred to in the journal today.
Sharon Gladue's organisation has a goal to stop the number of Aboriginal children going into care in the first place. She says more talk at a roundtable isn't good enough.
It is a weak response, especially for the families that are affected by it could be their own children or their grandchildren that died in care.
Gareth Hampshire, CBC News, Edmonton.
A good news